Welcome, everybody. Oh, Jesus. I had to watch him while the video was playing. Gentlemen, as promised.
The champion!
And yes, guys, we cannot play the Champions League music as Big Bird is always watching. We've got several strikes. I had to wear the last time we were in the Champions League this gold/mustard. You know what? We're already on a high, gentlemen. So let's begin. Let's get it on.
You are listening to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Radio Rossonera and Milan fans all over the world.
Donnarumma and the double, sensational from him. Raphael Leao produces a moment of utter magic.
Teo Hernandez al gol! Teo Hernandez! Ancora lui! Una meraviglia! Ibrahimovic! Zlatan Ibrahimovic! Fuori classe assoluto!
Cari
The
amici,
champions!
welcome yet to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast. Here we talk everything Milan from we are back, finally back, Milan. And when we stuck it to Atalanta and Gasperini when we needed it the most, Milan. And when we're not professionals.
We pretend to be.
Guys, it's what a great feeling. I think I've been sharing everybody's sentiment. People have been drinking, celebrating, dancing. Stevie P, I came by and see you today. You celebrated by opening up the pool. Well, not really opening up the pool, but
Best story in the world. Best story in the world.
And wow, and we're gonna get into it. But first and foremost, welcome to everybody. And I should have asked Sonny to make us a graphic of the Rock saying, "Finally, AC Milan have come back to the Champions League." Gentlemen, before we get into it, very quickly, some housekeeping stuff. So discussing with a couple of people. Facebook, Franck, unfortunately, couldn't even watch the game yesterday. He had to go into hospital to get surgery, but he asked to be officially put on paper. Reason for surgery, sacrificing my appendix for AC Milan. So speedy recovery to Facebook, Franck. And you see what happens, Franck, when you sacrifice some organs. We make the Champions League. So shout out to him. Stevie P, I spoke to our friend Chicho in New York. Now, Chicho, everything is open in New York. Franck, he thought it was 1997. Partying it up, drinking like if it was 20 years old. And he says I was feeling fine, but he goes during today at work. It kind of hit. How about you, Steve? Any drinking yesterday? How did you celebrate this?
Guys, best story in the world. Very, very quickly. Pool guy was gonna come and repair my liner on Saturday, had to cancel. He was coming on Sunday. He said après-midi. For people who don't understand French, that means in the afternoon. Right away, I knew this guy was going to show up at my house at 2:45. 2:30, truck pulls up. I'm already stressing out. I need to talk with this guy. DAZN is playing in my house at full blast. Once they start working, guys, long story short, here in Quebec, there's French Canadians. They love hockey. There's some who support Club de Foot Montréal. There's Barca fans. They're English Premier fans, guys. But there's very rare Serie A fans. So my question to the pool guy, fantastic job that they did. I love them. I said, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to stay with you because I need to go watch this game. And he said in French, quel game? Quel match? Which game?
Me.
He's like, tu regardes AC Milan, Atalanta?
Holy shit.
I said, what? I said, come on, how do you know that? He's like, je suis partisan de AC Milan. I said, my God, you have got the best house in the world. I brought everything outside to make everything work outside, and we watched the game, and he almost ripped my liner at 2-0. Let me tell you that, guys. Fantastic story. I love it.
Presidente wants to know, did you have the sign-up sheet ready for you? as
Of
soon as we
course,
meet.
yeah.
Excuse. And because being festive, Stevie P, a fantastic idea this morning, reached out to Paolo from Milan Club World. Gentlemen, we gave it to Patreon since the beginning. For the next coming week, it is in the comments. Everybody gets 20% off off our t-shirt. So if you want to use the code We Are Back 7, you can get it in fantastic white, as you can see right over here. You can get it in charcoal. You can get it in gray. But Stevie P, great idea. For 1 week, check it out, Milan Club World, and not just our t-shirt. Well, the code only works for ours, but they got fantastic stuff. And I saw you posted a video of yourself, Steve, wearing which one were you wearing? Now you're wearing another one. This is
No, this is the one that I was wearing.
This is a Cuba. AC Habana Milano.
Cuba with the cigarro, guys. Amazing stuff at Milan Club World, guys. There's from all the clubs, and that's something that I saw in the comments from Presidente. Wow, did it feel nice? And I was also a bit jealous, but very nice to see the different Milan clubs around the world being able to watch the game together. Something that unfortunately here in Canada we were not able to do, but in spirit we were all watching together for the end result. Mission accomplished. The champions!
And yes, I had to bring it back, Steve, to the last time we were in the Champions League with this jersey. So hopefully they don't come out with a third jersey looking like this one here. But I thought I should get a giggle out of everybody. Let's. I know you were pool guys there. You're getting mentally ready. I know we had the news before game time about Leao starting. Steve. Yes, perfect time for. Well, you do have a promo code yourself because you're on Patreon. But Steve, Leao starting, looking at the formation, it was only a big difference there. Were you concentrated on we got Leao, or it's like this is it, this is do or die, and maybe how were your feelings looking at who else we're going to be putting, right?
Again, I put all my emotions aside from last week. We needed a spark. We needed someone. We needed something. We needed things to work our way. We needed a little bit of luck. Look, did I love Leao up on top? No, but Leao, throughout this season, I've said it. I don't think he's a prima punta. I don't think he can play up there by himself. And it's not only in terms of the type of player that he is. We saw that also. Everybody else playing off him we're not on the same page, right? So Atalanta was pressing us very high. Gigio, the defenders, everybody was booting the ball up, and Leao, I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit here, was getting a body part on the ball, which is more than we've seen in the back. In the back type of games in the bad type of games actually that he's played. But he was getting some sort of body part, a head, a shoulder, a foot to the ball. But everybody else coming off him was running in the wrong direction, right? So it's not all on Leao for this one. And I'm not saying this because we got the result that we wanted. Just giving you my honest opinion.
Yeah,
he didn't do that bad, but we see that Leao needs to mature in soccer sense. And I hope everybody could agree that in soccer sense, he's always making the wrong run.
I'm thinking back. I don't want to take anything away from the result, Steve, but I don't know. It didn't look like Atalanta were the Atalanta that we've come to know. But in the end, we capitalized on their mistakes, and that was it. There was no. I think it was refed very well. Penalties were definite penalties, and God damn it, Kessie, we're not worthy. Like the Wayne's World, like we're not. Kessie, it was just a monster once again. Forget the scoring, but calm and collected. I was nervous, obviously, because it's the game of the season. But how did he manipulate that midfield of Atalanta, Kessie, and just seeing the guys react to him when he was trying to give an interview at the end of the game, and they just picked him up, and everybody, Presidente. Wow, what a performance, definitely from Presidente Franck. Yeah,
Franck was. I didn't expect anything less, to be honest. He really, put a stamp as player of the season for Milan, my opinion. I don't think there's anybody even remotely close. Maybe Gigio, a distant second, just because the amount of games that Kessie's played in a midfield that he's had to change partner multiple times, Benacer being hurt. And, even when he had a bad game or a subpar game, he still provided us with something, right? And Chicho from New York did bring up a good comment there. I want to be equal, and I want to say the truth here. I don't think Atalanta were going at 100% on Sunday.
I don't think let's call a spade, not taking anything away from the game. And the only thing is, it just looks like nobody wanted to make a mistake, and they were just playing. Atalanta, they were qualified for Champions League, and out of this whole pot thing where they're going to qualify. But even going back to Kessie, Steve, the last 2 minutes when he had those 2-3 defenders on him, and he's just keeping the ball in that corner. And this is after running all game, and I think
running all season.
This morning was probably back at Milanello training for next season. But honestly, everybody seemed to have done their job yesterday. Definitely, Atalanta is not the Atalanta that we lost 5-0. But I think if the Milan of a couple of months ago would have shown up, Steve, I don't think we would have been able to capitalize on those mistakes. So we got to look at it from on both sides. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, and I saw Atalanta, and I was just curious, just to see Atalanta's lineup, and we've seen it all season. It's either Muriel or Zapata starting up front. It's very rare that you see both of them. But it's also very rare that you see one of Atalanta's games where Ilicic doesn't come in at all. And he didn't come in at all. So I don't know what that means with his future with Atalanta. I would surely take him on Milan, hands down, no questions asked. I think Gasperini introduced Muriel a little too late. I think Muriel should have started. I think Muriel would have been much more dangerous for our defense pairing than Zapata was. Just because you saw when he came in. When Muriel came in, everybody's balls at home went to their throat. Because every time he touched the ball, he was dangerous. And I was a bit disappointed, but he reacted pretty fast, but I thought it was going to be faster. That Pioli didn't get Calabria some more help on that side with Muriel there. Salchicha Maker was almost out of gas. Calabria was clearly out of gas at the end of the game. But
he had a great game too.
He had a good game too. But in the end, guys, this was the result. This was what, Vinny and I from the beginning of the season, and everybody, right? And no disrespect for everybody who was on the bus and not, but this was the ultimate goal for Milan. Now, finishing second, there's always that crap saying that second is the first loser. I don't care. Because they overachieved my expectations for this year.
We've eaten shit. We've eaten shit since these years, guys. So if people want to make fun of us that you're cheering like you just won the Champions League, and you know what? Go fuck yourself. And let us cheer, because we've been living in this shit that we had to deal with. And I know that somebody had put up a video on Twitter, Steve, I saw yesterday, about the end of the Banter era, and they were showing clips of videos from those years. It's like, Jesus Christ, we've been through a lot. Yeah. We've been through a lot, so let us cheer. And guys, I will say one thing. I remember us speaking, Steve, several months back, and the consensus of everybody was like, I don't care even if we get demolished in Champions League. I want Champions League soccer. So continue being that way, guys. Let's not start freaking out if we get into a group that has like these. We're in Champions League. In the first report, Steve, we're getting about 43 million euros just for participating in the Champions League. So we're in Champions League. Baby steps, right? And I know, Steve, now it's going to be your favorite time of the year with the Mercato Madness, because God forbid they left us 24 hours to celebrate without this Mercato.
There's no time. It's right away. The newspapers are fast on that. And guys, this is, I put it in the Milan Club Montreal chat. Guys, this is big boy Mercato madness now. Now it's not looking for. Yes, I agree with some of the moves that they made. The Kajar signing was something out of this world. 3.5 million was and became a pillar in the back end. Now we start to look at different types of names, right? So, example, someone like Isco. Someone like Isco playing at Real Madrid and happily playing in Champions League or not playing in Champions League. This move to a club like Milan with a similar pedigree like Real Madrid. European, they like to play in Europe. Champions League is somewhere where they thrive. Loan moves with options to buy, or just dry loan moves for players like that type of caliber, Isco type of caliber.
They're not far-fetched anymore.
Not far-fetched, and to come to a Milan to rejuvenate his career, not be playing on the bench, being an important part. We see a lot of players, Mkhitaryan, Pedro from the EPL, take that chance, jump to Serie A, and it's a different type of game. The English stupidity that I see is Serie A as a retirement league. No, it's not. Serie A is just a different type of league. It's more tactical. It's not based on your athleticism. Yes, pace does kill, but here someone like Mkhitaryan could resurrect his career, which he did at Roma, until Roma made the decision to bring back the coach who never wanted to play him. So.
And Ronaldo posting today on Instagram, Italy is very hard to win. I set out to guys, Italy is not a joke, and I know we've had the bad years in Italy, but in the end, now you're saying big boy Mercato. We're kind of attracting these big names, and now Steve, like you were saying, guys a la Diaz to say, and I'm not saying we're going to be signing Diaz, but maybe if we were in the Champions League last year, it wouldn't be these dry loan kind of thing. Always with that option to buy. And let's talk about it now, Steve, because I know a lot of the questions are going to be here. Obviously, not letting us 24 hours to celebrate. Maignan signing from Lille. He's in Milan already. He's the national goalkeeper for France, if I'm not mistaken.
He's on the national team, but he's not the starting.
Not the starting line. They just won one of the trophies there. But anyways, 15 million deal. A top prospect, and everybody's shitting themselves, and obviously everybody's an agent, everybody's a soccer connoisseur, everybody's in Maldini's office. How'd you take this one? Was it a Maldini a coup, I would say, or just like, hey, this is business, and I'm backing myself up, and this is the way it's gonna be?
He's doing what he needs to do for Milan.
Yeah,
the jersey counts, guys, not the names. The names, unfortunately, take a backseat. Whether we love the Hakans, we love the Diaz, we love the Tomori, we love Donnarumma. In the end, right now, it's a baby step. It's something that I think at the beginning of the year they circled fourth spot as something that they wanted to achieve to get back into Champions League. They overachieved and got to second place. Now it's time to build some consistency. And now I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here. Guys, the Banter era is not over yet. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do for, someone like Maldini, who, I'm going to give him credit for the choices that he's made and the stability that he brought to the upper management. And, I'm going to give credit to Gazidis as well, where, remember earlier podcasts, we said multiple times, guys, remember, Gazidis is for the financials. And he did what he wanted to do. He wanted to cut the financials. He did his job, guys. So he reduced debt. So you got to give him that. The scouting department, going and find someone like Tomori, going and find youngsters like Kalulu at a cheap price who have room to develop and don't mind being on the bench, because Now you're going to need to build a team with depth. And some people are going to have to understand in this team, you might not play every week.
And it's the first step, this Champions League qualification, rotation of players. I think everybody is, trying to assume what's going to go on. I have waited until anything's official. And by the way, guys, thank you. First ever time we were at 104 live viewers. Thank you very much. Steve, in no way, shape, or form do I believe for 1 second that Gigio's leaving for $0. I just can't put it in my head. There's got to be somehow, because even if he ends up leaving, now we've shared different opinions on this whole Donnarumma thing. If I take the words out of your mouth, he's an agent. He's there to make money, right? You think he will let him leave for free, where he cannot make? If he makes a sale, he makes a percentage off the sale. He makes a percentage. I just can't believe it actually happening, because I think that would be a disgrace for Milan to let a world-class player that we haven't seen in 20 years to leave for free. You actually think it's a possibility?
Well, look, again, you're saying world-class there. You know my stance on world-class. We're not at world-class status yet.
No, I mean Donnarumma at world-class.
But he's not world-class. He's up and coming. He's still 22. There's a lot of soccer and football that needs to be played. He still has to play in the Champions League. We're going to see him in the Euro. We haven't seen him in a World Cup. So we're not putting Donnarumma and world-class in the same sentence.
So, okay, but to my question, do you actually think it could be possible?
It's very possible. His contract is over. This is on Milan. If Donnarumma leaves, you can cry. You can say that he's stupid. You can say that his agent is stupid. In the end, if you don't take care of your business and the contract runs out, the player leaves for free. And in the end, this will be on Milan. Punto e basta. You guys can say Raiola this, Raiola that. Okay, so when you go for a mortgage, your mortgage broker, hey, Carlos Sardelli is a mortgage broker. Do you want Carlos Sardelli to find you the best rate, or you just want Carlos Sardelli to decide, you know what, I think you should go to TD Bank because TD Bank is good?
Okay, what if I tell Carlo, I have my friend Steve here that's going to give me 0.1% more expensive, but you know what? Let's make a deal because I really want to go with Steve. So Donnarumma's at fault here too, because
who would do that?
Huh?
Who would? It shows you never shopped with a mortgage, right?
No, I never.
You would take a percentage more on your mortgage.
0.1%.
Come on, guys, please. Please stop with the stupidity. Stop with the thing. This is business. This is the way it works. They had to do this before. This will be a negative portion of the management not taking care of this, not taking care of this situation earlier. This could not have gone up until the last. You're going to the last hour now. You have until June something. I don't even remember the date.
How do you blame management if? Okay, we're going to give you 7. Okay, we're going to give you 8. Okay, we're going to give you 8 plus Champions League bonuses. How's that on management? In the end,
needs to sign. Management needs to make a deal. Management needs to sign.
All right. We're going to go to the next topic because we're going to be talking about this.
It's unfortunate. It sucks, but that's life, guys. This is life.
But still a good move for this kid signing out this goalkeeper. I still think it was a good move for... I think
for the money, and if he lives up to the hype, again, we're basing ourselves on hype. So I cannot say that. I know the player. I've seen some of the little games, so but in the end, look, this is what it is. They decided to go this route. It's going to be either we have Gigio and a very expensive backup. Young backup,
and we have
or we have this young kid who's never played in Serie A, ready for next season in the Champions League. So
we shall see, gentlemen. We shall see. But
no, Nicola, it's not on Donnarumma, guys. I'm not gonna agree with you guys. Donnarumma
How can it not be on Donnarumma?
Donnarumma pays Raiola to do this. How many times am I gonna say this?
I'm gonna say there's a bit on Donnarumma too, Steve. Because if you really wanted to, you would take that money. Because not a lot of players. Which teams are gonna offer him 10? Juve?
Yep.
That's about it.
No, there's a lot of other ones that are gonna offer him 10.
Okay, so which teams would be ready to? Who's looking for a goalkeeper right now?
Real Madrid, if they're going to rebuild after not winning the La Liga and getting kicked out of Champions League, bye bye the Belgian. They're going to spend 10 million. There's teams for 10 million. Everybody says no teams.
So what precedent do you set giving a 22-year-old $10 million a year plus bonuses? So when he's 30, what is he going to make?
You believe?
17?
You believe? Juve did it with Buffon. Juve sold Zidane and took Buffon, Thuram, and if I'm not even mistaken, maybe Cannavaro too.
And they pay what, 35 million Buffon that time?
Yeah, and do 35 million in those years and calculate it now with inflation and what are the prices now?
No, but that's I'm getting back to he needs to sell him. Somehow they're gonna make a deal because Raiola is not letting him walk for free. That's my personal opinion. If I'm
Raiola, you're getting mixed up, Vince. Raiola has no say if he walks for free or not. Raiola doesn't care.
You don't think he's going to try to make a deal to sign him for 1 year or two and they're going to sell him so he can make a cut?
He could make 1 or 2. If it's for free, he doesn't care. He's going to go somewhere else. He's going to shop and he's going to get his commission there. Guys, this is not on Raiola. If Europe doesn't get their act together, you can get a Superliga, you can get whatever you want. This will always be the case. We're repeating the same thing over and over because people fail to understand. They go to sleep for a week, they come back, and again, we're talking about the same thing. And they always want to look for someone to blame. But they always want to look for someone to blame. In this reality, in this year, if you don't take care of the player in his contract and the player walks for free, if it's someone of low caliber, you can make it pass. You chalk it up as a saving. If it's a potential generational talent who, if continues in Serie A, will eclipse Buffon for the appearance record, then you've made an ultimate mistake.
Speaking of Serie A, speaking of other results, Steve, let me just take out this thing here. Napoli had one job. Unfortunately, not joining us in the Champions League this year. Juventus not starting Ronaldo. I came by and see you today, and you were saying good on Pirlo.
Oh.
If he said, okay, hold on a second, Steve. Hold on a second. It takes balls. If you're the coach of this team, and you have potentially the best player on earth playing for you, and this is do or die to make Champions League, why would you not play him? If this is a business, Steve, it's a business. Why would you not play him? Now you're talking with your heart. Are you not?
No, he's talking with he's picking the best 11 players that he thinks could win him the match against Bologna.
So why not put in Ronaldo? Because he's leaving?
Because I don't know if he's leaving, but he picked the best 11. So that takes balls. You left the top goal scorer of Serie A on the bench, went to Bologna, smashed them, made the Champions League. That's some balls.
And okay, I don't agree with you on that one because honestly, at this point, put out your best players.
You don't agree. Let me
put out your best players.
Okay, but let me repeat it. He left the top goal scorer of Serie A on the bench. He went to Bologna. He took the best 11 players that he thought would be able to get him a result in Bologna, smashed them, made the Champions League, yet you don't agree with me.
No, because my whole point is because it doesn't make sense that Ronaldo is fit. He's played every single game. And now, if this is the reason that he left him out of spite because he's leaving, I'm sorry, Steve. No,
but you don't know why he's leaving. You don't know if he's leaving, though.
No, but that's my whole point. That if it comes out that he left him on the bench or didn't bring him because of spite, I'm sorry, Steve. That's pretty stupid. That's my opinion, because in
He
the
got
end,
the
without your
result.
best play, he got the result. But Bonucci wouldn't be talking. Everybody was after a funeral, and we still won two trophies. Bonucci, if it wasn't for Napoli laying an egg there, you wouldn't be talking about your 2 trophies. And
but in the end, Vince, you cannot be bitter, because this is the final table. You're looking at the final table.
I'm not. What am I bitter? I'm not bitter. I feel bad for Napoli.
They did win 2 trophies. They had the worst season in the past 10 years and still came out with 2 trophies. Which other team on this list can you say did the same thing? Oh, Roma won a bonsai tree. Roma won a bonsai tree, guys. Not Napoli. Atalanta. Not Atalanta. Not Milan. And not Inter.
Looking at this, and I completely forgot about this new European League. What's it called? The Conference League. But hey, they do it for the fans, right? They do it for the fans. But Steve, Benevento, Crotone, Parma, no surprises, relegate. Did you see what the Benevento president did? He made them go back by bus from...
that's pure stupidity.
Yeah, that's pretty...
That's pure stupidity. He has players that, whether he likes it or not, gave their all. And, Serie A is very tough. There's 20 teams, and 3 teams don't make it back in Serie A the next year. So... that was probably my indigestion of the week. I could not believe that I even read that.
It was pretty sad. Like, this is professional soccer, and you're telling your team to go back by Il Pullman. Like, seriously, like. Yeah. Anyways, and Torino saved themselves, because I really thought I'd said a couple of weeks ago that I thought this was probably a good thing for them, but I don't see Torino doing much changes. Maybe with this whole Belotti, we shall see. Steve, anything for the looking at this final? Who's coming up from Serie B again? You have did they play the playoffs already?
I think they still. It might be. I remember Venezia in the final there. I don't remember the standings of Serie B, but if we concentrate on this table, one of the big disappointments for me will be Fiorentina. I thought that they would actually do much better, and if you look, Bologna's on top of them, Genoa. Hellas Verona dropped, and we said it earlier in the year that yes, they start strong, but then at a certain point their depth doesn't kick in too, and they dropped. For me too, another disappointment is Sassuolo. I see them at 8, and I think they could have done better. Like, I think they could have also taken advantage and maybe leapfrogged Roma for that 7th spot and get like some kind of consolation Europe prize, whether it be this new Conference League. Again, of the top 7, the most disappointing for me is, okay, I'm gonna say obvious. It's going to be the Roman teams at 6 and 7. I don't know what happened there, but
62 points for Roma is low, Steve. That's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, and Naples not making the Champions League. Again, we always say it. I was angry, guys. I was really angry again on the Cagliari game because I did not want to leave qualifications for Champions League to the last day for exactly the Napoli reason. Hellas Verona took the field, and I was trying to flip back and forth with the pool guys, believe it or not, trying to see what was happening in that Napoli Verona game. You don't want to leave it till the last day exactly for that reason. And you know what? I'm gonna give Napoli a mulligan, and we're gonna make Cappy really angry over here. If Juve doesn't get that generous, very, very generous call against Inter, Juve's out of the Champions League and Napoli's in the Champions League.
I spoke to Kubani and Rafa, and Kubani was saying he felt that Gattuso got it all wrong, just waited too long for the substitutions. But like, you're going back to what you're saying, you shouldn't be in this position to begin with, right? So yeah, people, that whole Juventus-Inter game, but in the end, Italy, guys, I'm sorry, but Italy needs, even though, Juventus wouldn't have made the Champions League, Italy needs Juventus in the Champions League. Just for the popularity of the team that they've had in the last couple of years. We're back, but we have a long way to go, right? But in the end, let's see. I think it's the 26th of August, correct, Steve? I believe the draw, and everybody's the pot four. Who cares, guys? We're in the Champions League, and away we go.
You're worried about the pots. You're worried about the draw, guys. After this week, after we finish our 7-day special where you can get the t-shirt for Milan Weekly Podcast, it's Euro time, guys.
It is Euro time.
It's Euro time. There's no more jerseys, at least for us too, and all of the Italians that listen to this podcast. Milan Weekly Podcast is going to turn into Euro Weekly Podcast, where it's going to be all Italia all the time.
And slash mercato, because slash mercato, because we don't take any days off. But Stevie P, before we get into the questions, we gotta say, let's see, we're on the podcast late. We gotta give a shout out to our sponsors for this month, for this last couple of months. Stevie P, MANSCAPED. Stevie P, MANSCAPED came out with the 4.0 lawnmower. I don't know if we're still waiting for ours as TVP, but have you seen what it's all about with different degrees of shaving? You have 4 LED lights that always still waterproof. Take it in the shower with you. And Stevie P, now you can have, like you were saying, it's kind of nice that you could...
Wireless charging it has too?
Wireless charging, and it's kind of cool looking the way the way it shapes around your hand. And Steve, whether it be a little short, you want it a bit long, it's summertime, you get to have the luxury with the ceramic blades there, guys. So MANSCAPED, and new cologne as well. They have a cologne coming out. They have all the different types of products. MANSCAPED, shipping to Canada as well right now. Manscaped.com. Use code MWP at the checkout, and give them a look. They're all over the place, Steve. Montreal Canadiens, are they winning right now? Or what's going on?
I don't want to care. I don't care about hockey right now, to be very honest. So
Manscaped.com, guys, check them out, and away we go to podcast questions. And welcome to Fahad, our newest Patreon member, Steve, from Pakistan, our first ever Pakistani Patreon member. Fabio starts off with Pioli's on fire. Good day, boys. What a glorious Monday it is. Of all the loans or options to buy, which are the players you would put on your wish list? Diaz, Dalot, Tomori, Mete, Tonali. Option to buy, well, out of those, Diaz, Dalot, Tomori, Mete, or Tonali. What do you, if you had to pick those ones there, Steve?
Diaz has no option, so let's start negotiating and see if we can get him on the cheap. I think for Diaz, they'll probably look to another loan with this time an option to buy. Tomori, I think it's something that it's good business. It reminds me this little keeper. I think for 28 million for what we showed, and there's still potential to grow, it's a no-brainer to sign Tomori. Dalot didn't do enough for me. In my opinion, to merit that, to merit that, let's say, backup for Hernandez. During in the last couple of games, I found that he came in and he played like yesterday. He played in front of Calabria, and I think he helped out a lot.
He played clutch, but maybe last couple of months, like at the beginning, Steve, remember
it's going to be, again, this is big boy time mercato now. There's going to be hard decisions to make. So for me, Dalot, no. Look, Mete. I know everybody shits on him, and he's not the sexy signing that we were looking for.
You actually have an apology on Patreon about Mete. We'll read it after.
But Mete, guys, he needed, he was in a bad spot with Torino. You're on a bad team, you're not playing, and we don't know why he's not playing. So Milan takes a chance on him. And look, guys,
he did his job.
He did his job. He's not sexy. He's going to make mistakes. But, I go back to the Torino game where we put him in. He felt comfortable. We let him loose a bit. And, he was able to string a couple of passes together. Yesterday he came in, and I know at one point he was running, and I was like, I was telling the pool guy, it's Kessie again, and in the end, it wasn't even Kessie, it was Mete. So
no, I think it's a good 7 million. I think the option was to buy, if I'm not mistaken.
We have to start getting these guys who are role players and understand that their role is not from the first whistle blow. It's going to be coming in, cleaning up, protecting a lead, or trying to look for another goal. But guys, we have our first signing of the year. And it was before the goaler. Our first signing of the year is Tonali. The Tonali that we saw this year, again, for me, it was a mulligan year. I think it was a lot. There was a lot of pressure on him. He battled some injury. I think he even battled COVID. For me, he's our first signing of next year. I want to see an improvement with Tonali where we're not bringing in Mete when we need a goal. We're bringing in Tonali. Or we need to rotate. Tonali can orchestrate the midfield.
Yeah.
So
what was this price, Steve? Or guys, help me out in the comment. 20.
I think it's 15, if I'm not mistaken.
For Tonali?
Yeah, because I think we signed them on a loan for a high.
That's it. And Fabio finished off with Franck Tank, captain next season. Frank the Tank doesn't need an armband. He's Presidente. Husney, could hear Fabio cheering from all the way in Malaysia because yesterday he was just even when he wasn't talking, he's just there with a scarf and he was going crazy. Husney saying, Forza Milan, my question is, by looking at Inter's progress since consistently qualifying for Champions League for 4 seasons in a row, then winning the Scudetto, with that current group we have, should we expect to win it sooner? If so, when would we be realistic target for another Champions League trophy? Baby steps, gentlemen, baby steps. But in comparing Inter with the qualifying for the 4 years, looking at the way you remember we were saying they sold, they sacrificed, they got the players, but this core of players right now, all depending who we're keeping, right, Steve? And like those key, you said scouting, those key finds, those diamonds in the rough. But should we even attempt to say this project that there is, if the end goal is a Scudetto / Champions League, 5 years, 10 years? I don't even think it's easy to say.
I think we're it's tough to say, but if you look at the other teams and the amount of money and how they spend, the Italian teams realistically are about 5 to 7 years away.
Yeah, I like that, 5 to 7 years, especially if we can keep
5 to 7 years, guys. That's a long time with a core of players where we're not having this podcast having all these questions, right? Like, you see the PSGs and the Manchester Cities and the Chelseas, they have a core of players and almost 2 teams, but the economics of it is completely different, right? So unless Serie A, again, I will be the one who will be negative towards Serie A, decides and wakes up and actually signs a good TV deal, where we're giving some of these teams who win or wherever they finish some money, it's going to be very hard. We're going to have to be very, very creative, like Maldini said. The years of Berlusconi where we're splashing the cash, I don't think they exist anymore just because of the price of these players.
And
we're looking at 40 class like Mbappé. Is Mbappé gonna stay at PSG forever? No, but you can tell the teams that are gonna be able to afford him, right? So,
I just got your text message, by the way. You okay?
Yeah.
Is your leg good?
Oh yeah, man, it really hurts. I got hurt on
from the
calf.
dancing.
No, I got hurt on my calf. I took a really a bad step walking, and I felt like something in my calf. El polpaccio.
Il polpaccio.
Yeah, and now I was dancing and I felt something like really go like pop.
We have to put you on the injury reserve.
I think I'm gonna be out. I might not be able to make the Euros.
Franco, we might need you to come on in like you did last time there. What do we have for Timmy saying, super happy. I love you all. Milanistas watching this podcast. Keep up the great work, gentlemen. I hope this question, Stevie, has danced like Gasparini. If not, what are you waiting for? Yes, Timmy, he definitely did.
Tim already danced, but that dance, guys, for people who don't know, Atalanta, the team, I have a lot of respect for the way the ownership and the team was built. Even for, Gasperini, what he did with the types of players, but the dancing at Milan, the dancing that he did against Milan in that 5-0, I will never, ever forget. And we're going to go back in the beginning, the earlier podcast at the beginning of the year, when we saw the schedule, I think we said it. If the last game comes to whether Milan or Atalanta go to the Champions League, in this case it was just if Milan goes to the Champions League and we need to beat Atalanta and we win, I will dance. I promised you, I delivered. It's on camera, it's on YouTube forever. I danced because we deserved it.
With an injury.
With an injury.
Thank you, Il Polpaccio. Paul is saying, good evening, guys. It's great that we are finally back in the Champions League under Padre Pioli, and great to see the team celebrate with good vibes and high fives last night. But let's be honest, we certainly need reinforcements if we want to be competitive in the Champions League. We don't want to do another Inter and go out in the group stage. And Roma, Lazio, Napoli will again be going for top four, so we need to build on this momentum. Do you think Maldini will be looking for cheap signings, or are we going to invest heavily in a striker and right winger? We need 2 or 3 more signings like Tio Tomori to boost the squad, but will the funds be there? We kind of like answer these kind of questions every single week, Steve. The funds, will the funds be there? Somebody had posted, the need is there. The striker, the left winger, but
striker, right wing, alternate left back, people coming back that we don't want anymore.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
There's funds that we're gonna get with people that are gonna come back.
But if we don't sell them,
we don't want them, right? So
Caldara,
not that we don't want them. Look,
I think it was about 30 million. The tweet was saying you have Caldara coming back because Atalanta ain't gonna sign him. You have Laxalt, Conti. So just those 3 players there was approximately about $30 million of funds. But what do you do? Even if they come back,
Podbeg coming back from Spezia, which is young.
Mm-hmm.
That's something interesting, and that's Pool Valenza if we do, and I saw something we're not creating enough talent from the Primavera. The Primavera too, now with us in Champions League, the Primavera gets to play Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So the Primavera, we don't have financial fair play in the Primavera. So if you want to stack up a Primavera side with some young talent, I'm good with that. But in the first team, the funds, will they be available or not? The question is, guys, what's Elliot's end game here? Elliot's end game here is a hedge fund. They want to make money, at least their money back, or make money. Well, in European football, Champions League is where you make money. And if you stay in Champions League, you really make money. You continuously make money, and your goal is, if you win Champions League, then this Milan looks very attractive for someone who wants to buy them.
I don't see them splashing. I see them making key moves, but I don't see them splashing at all. But definitely, they know guys that need the reinforcement. They don't need Vinny and Steve to let them know, but hopefully in the coming weeks. But first move from today, smart move, cheap, 5-year contract, supposedly $3 million a year, up and comer. So far so good. Youssef is saying, let's celebrate.
A live question first. Yes. It was actually pretty good. Stefano Gattuso wanted to know who's the best and worst player this year.
That's reserved for next episode. We're gonna do the year in review.
Next year.
Next
episode.
Youssef saying, let's celebrate this achievement for a week. So before we start thinking about Mercato Madness and contract renewals, my question is, who are the top 3 players of the season? Youssef, we're going to get into that one next week, and I'm sure Steve and I will go through every player. We'll have Sonny maybe give us some graphics of the players, and we'll have a great discussion. So we'll get back to that one next week. Nathan, mission accomplished. They're in. Now the real comeback journey can begin. I hope the front office keeps a steady hand and does it in the right way. Found a way to watch the game yesterday in Italian, which was amazing. Even better with a Milan victory. Excited to watch them play Champions League next season where they belong. Forza Milan. Nathan watching a Milan game in Italian live from Texas. Good for you, Nathan. Nahar, have you guys looked at the team in pot 2 of the Champions League seeding? I love it. Can't wait for Tuesday and Wednesday. What do you guys think our targets should be for next season? Thank you guys for hanging with us through this roller coaster of a season. Salute. Thank you, Anar.
It's 7 years. Right? 7 years of roller coaster. I've barfed for 7 years. And finally, guys, I don't want to talk about pots. I don't want to talk about groups. I want to just see the draw. And I want to see Milan get, picked by one of the greats. Maybe it's Shevchenko or Ruud Gullit. It's usually them. They're always picking the balls.
Yeah.
And finally be in a group and see what this team is made of. And I'm curious, not because of Mercato Madness. I'm curious now. I saw in the chat names like Thauvin and stuff like that. Guys, this is no disrespect to Thauvin. Now if the Mercato needs to be done. Yes, I see.
Isn't Thauvin in Mexico?
He's in Mexico, yes, but it's not the types of players that we're gonna need to sign. Now we're looking at another type of player, and people are gonna say, "Oh, Steve, how do you know DePaul is?" Again, I don't, and the striker Vlahovic from Fiorentina, I don't know if they're gonna be good or not, but the job for Maldini and company has gotten much more difficult, believe it or not.
A guy like Belotti, love it, Faz. He wants to go. I'm a bit sick today. I need to go and watch some Champions League. A guy like Belotti, and I know it came up on the Twitter question. At least that he could perform. He's performed at for last couple of seasons. Not in the best of situation right now, but we shall see. Because I think it was you, Steve, the Fiorentina guy, made you feel like Piontek 2.0. He had a great season, and then what happens? He goes to a bigger team, and so
yeah, and Mo Abba in the chat brings up a good point here, guys. That's expensive. It's again another expensive gamble that we're gonna need to take if you want to go sign a player like Vlahovic, and hopefully he's not a one-hit wonder like Piontek. I think they need to go with someone a little bit more established. If I have to gamble, I've always said it. I want to stay Italian, and I want to stay with, I want to give a chance to Belotti. I might be totally wrong, but I think Belotti and guys like DePaul, they will help also in the Serie A. They will also help, even if whatever the result that we accomplish or don't accomplish in Champions League, DePaul and Belotti, guys who've played in Serie A and do not have to get accustomed to Serie A, will help us keep that Champions League, the top 4 as a safety net to make it back and continue to build. Because this is not guys who are going to the Champions League and Milan Twitter is going to go crazy. We're going to win the Champions League next year, guys. This is like there's teams that have payrolls that can cover the country of Italy completely and don't win the Champions League. So it's a journey, and we're starting this journey.
Let us enjoy it while we can.
No way. GGOM95. Cairo is not gonna ask for 100 million anymore.
He asked 100 million those 3-4 years ago.
And I don't think Belotti's time at Torino is done.
Fahad, Peter saying, cari amici sportivi, Madonna mia, siamo tornati nella Champions, lo Spirito Santo ha ascoltato le nostre preghiere. Look at Peter directly from Colorado there. Okay, enough Italian. The mood has been very elevated for all Milan fans worldwide, ignoring Gigio, Ibra, and the obvious names. What is a sneaky under-the-radar move, Mercato or not, that Milan can make to solidify the future? These are kind of hard questions to try to figure out because what kind of like sneaky moves that we can get. I think a Belotti could be a sneaky move. That maybe a sneaky move on the cheap. Hopefully, I don't know, Steve. Can you think of a sneaky move on your end? Belotti.
No, I cannot. I really need them to find the guys. We have to all come to the realization that Zlatan will not be with us forever. And this year we missed him for 18, I think, of 38 games. We also have to fix this problem with us playing at home and not getting results. Because, I saw, I think it was Alex from Milan Club Montreal who posted a good graphic that I don't know where he got it from, so I can't even give them credit, but credit to Alex for posting it, that if it's not for Milan's results away from home, I don't think we're even close to top 4. I think we even set a record yesterday.
For the less points.
Most points
away.
Most points that a team has acquired away from home. But if you can't protect your own stadium, especially when the fans come back, and when the fans come back, the pressure is much, much different, guys. And when the fans come back and you're playing on Tuesday and Wednesday, the pressure is extremely different.
But what a great feeling to see him outside, those fans, and the team just looking and being in complete awe. So definitely agree with you on that one. And Fahad saying question top 3 worst player, and we're going to get that next week. And Marshall just answering Hakan. Guys, next week we'll do like a yearly review. Gio, keep up the great work. Vinny and Steve, EP just proud of the team, and I want to say armband going to look great on Calabria's next season. And Maldini, I trust. Gio's fanboying over Calabria, loves him some Calabria. But I love David. He never has questions. Gio, just keep up the good work, and Forza Milan. David Fanta, Steve. Thank you guys for a fantastic season and bringing everyone together, especially under circumstances. Finally, we have something positive to build on for next year. Came down to the wire, but they did it, and we were all behind them every step of the way. Forza Milan Club Montreal, Forza Milan Weekly Pod, and to you, David, Forza Milan Club Philly. No questions, Steve. Just shooting out. Everybody was just happy.
Dave and Angie, the Fanta family, they come out. They go on lives. I jump on the live. They're talking to Maurizio in Toronto. Amazing, guys. Amazing stuff. I couldn't stay on. I'm sorry, guys. I had to drop off. The kids were jumping on me and everything. So, but just to see that, people from Philly talking to people from Toronto, people from across the world, across oceans, talking together about the jersey. It's, again, guys, this is what we do. And this is what we do for Milan. We try to put out English content that you guys can tune in wherever you are across the world at 9, 10, whatever the time is. We have some people, the guys from Ireland, they're on here sometimes, and it's like wee hours in the morning. We have Svanko, Patreon guys. We have Svanko from Sweden. He tunes in and he's bloodshot, and then he can't go to work. So, everybody, thank you, guys. It's not only thank you to us, it's thank you, guys, for following us.
Definitely, thank you for making all of this possible, and thank you to Sonny as well. That the sleepless nights making this great art for us. Quite humbling. What else we have here? Gillis saying, Forza Milan, thanks for the ride this season and love the consistency of the podcast. Never waffling on what you thought was going well or not well, and what Milan needed to do. So basically saying the consistency. Thank you. There's going to be plenty of chatter about transfers, but what about Pioli? Did he earn the job for Champions League team, and what are the next expectations here? I think that this decision will be just as impactful as improvements to the squad. Funny they didn't come up, Steve. Pioli, he's got to keep his job, especially the way. Did you see him yesterday? It was just, like a kid jumping around. I think he deserves to.
And that's my brioche, Vinny, for the week is, it's we usually see the players, we usually see we see some of the backroom staff, but it's very rare you see the coach jump into the celebration. He was like fully into it, like a child, and deservingly so, because he went through a year where everybody, and he knew everybody was doubting him. They didn't think he was going to be able to do it. Half a season type of guy, which, his resume does say that. He's a half a season type of guy. But I think, too, it's some sort of satisfaction to him where he was able to get a team, to second place. And, yes, second place on the last match day, but second place nonetheless. It's the highest I think he's ever finished.
Yeah.
And we said it. I know that in the past he's finished, he's finished terribly with, with Inter, the Lazios, Fiorentina had a tragedy, but he lost that team as well. But this team, there was something different, and I think he did some sort of, he was like kind of like a father figure, not so much as a super stressful coach. He had Zlatan to keep, some of the guys in order in the locker room and be on the same page with Zlatan, and he got the job done, and I think that he does keep his job. But now, again, I'm going to repeat this. This is going to be my new line for next year, guys. We're in the big boy time mercato. We're in the big boy time results now. So Pioli, I'm going to take a line from David Amoyal, is that guy from C to B. Is he going to be that guy from B to A? I don't think so, guys. I think we're going to need to be successful in Champions League, and we will be successful in Champions League if this Banter era completely we eliminate the Malocchio and we eliminate the bad luck, and we continue qualifying for Champions League. And the coach will change, guys. Let's all be realistic here. And I don't think Pioli is that type of manager to take us from B to A.
That I think nobody can argue that fact. Then again, guys, if he wants to take the team and show us what he's got, we're there for that, but we gotta speak the way we see it. But kudos to Pioli for the job that he's done this year. Greg, good night, Steve, Vinny, and Steve. No words to describe how I felt yesterday. My contribution will be short. 1, apologies to Mete for my harsh words last week. I was very wrong. 2, Franck, Kessie, pay the damn man whatever he wants. El Diavolo are back in the Champions League. Kessie, I think he's renegotiating for, I believe, $4 to $5 million a year. I think he's at 3 right now. Something like that.
Yeah. So Kessie, we need to get him some rest.
Isn't he? No, he doesn't have any. Isn't the African Cup of Nations? No, are they not playing this summer?
I think you might be right. We have to check there, but I think because of the skipping of the Euros last year, I think a lot of things collide this year, because Copa America and the Euros collide this year.
So yes, hopefully Kessie is resting up, because we definitely needs. We need him tip-top shape for the upcoming season. Raul, hi Vinny and Steve. The whole team played great character, and we are back home. I would keep Leao for 2 roles. Back up for Rebic on the left flank, third choice striker after Ibra, and a new quality signing a la Belotti. What would you do with Leao? I kind of know what to expect from Steve on this, but on a serious note, I think he played an important role for us last game, keeping Atalanta defenders busy by winning multiple duels in the air. Forza Milan. Steve, you were saying knowing your role, right? Are you a bench player? Or you're this. Maybe that would be his role, or no?
He doesn't. He will never. Will never. You see it in the mannerisms, Vinny.
Yeah.
You see it yesterday, and it's good. Thank God you guys reminded me, because it was one thing that I kind of mentally wrote down while I was watching. There was that double change. So Leao and Salchicha Maker came out.
Mm-hmm.
Leao, he came out of the game like as if he lost his dog. Or, he stepped on a Lego. Or he found out that there's no more orange slush at the corner store. Like, really like a child. Like, and then it's about being in the moment, Vinny. That's why I'm saying that, like, your negative attitude, people will see that. I know maybe it's the way I watch the game, but that's the first thing that I saw. And then you saw Salchicha Maker come off the field, and it was like, pumping up the guy who's coming in to take his place. I think it was even Dalot. Yeah. Like, hey, like, let's finish this. Like, for me, you can have all the talent in the world. But if I'm coach and I see Leao coming out like that, and I see Salchicha Maker coming out like that, I want Salchicha Maker on my team 100 times more than I want Leao.
Body language goes a long way, but assuming, right? Maybe I don't know, guys. Did you guys see him this way? I still liked. I am going to agree on Raul there with the way he won those battles. There's something down. Ryan Percy, last one on Patreon. Hey guys, I'm happy that we managed to qualify in the most eventful way possible. Anyway, as long as we get the job done, Milan fans are happy. Wish I could buy some grappa for you guys. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about the Gigio saga, especially with the fact that Gigio, better financial choice. I'm assuming we would not get both goalkeepers. Very bold by Mazzlini Incorporated. So, Ryan, yeah, we did speak about that one there. And I'm not so convinced that they wouldn't keep both of them. He's saying that he doesn't see keeping them both, Steve. I don't see why not.
We had Gigio and Reina wasn't very cheap. I'd rather Gigio. Gigio now is kind of like our veteran at 22 years old, and we have this young kid. It's a smart move if you have both. In case of knock on wood injury, in case of like things like this or contracts go south, you have this guy on there for 5 years. That's a good project, right? And if you have him on there for 5 years, you kind of also have that chip against, Raiola and saying, look, if you guys want to go, I have this guy sitting in the background,
Where's Blizzari, Steve? Did we sell him or he's still on loan? I know Franck would probably tell us.
This season was concentration on Champions League, concentration on fourth place. I apologize to all the Blizzari lovers, but I do not know where Blizzari is. I know he was on loan.
I think it was out of Regina.
Regina, yeah. So, but
taking it over to Twitter. Jason Hayward, greetings from Oregon. How much player turnover is required to improve our depth to at least equal Napoli or Atalanta? As fans, is it reasonable to expect to arrive at such depth parity or better in the summer's COVID hangout mercato? Stevie, you touched base on this one, guys. Like, we're mentioning Mete. We will need those players to turnover. It ain't gonna happen, in the next coming months, but baby steps, right, Steve? But yeah. I think we have the core players.
That question, it's very important to distinguish the difference between Napoli and Atalanta. Atalanta has depth, but Atalanta has depth that fits in that mold of their formation. It's very hard to pick out someone from Atalanta, place him in your team, and have the same success for 38 games. Napoli has depth, and they went out and they signed Osimhen. They just got destroyed with injuries and COVID, and Osimhen himself also got injured with the national team, the Nigerian national team, and was out longer than expected, plus got COVID. And I'm not saying that as an excuse, but that's a different type of depth. We don't have that Atalanta type of mold and formation to start flip-flopping guys like that. And they have like a very they're very economical when it comes to their salaries too. Milan needs sostanza. We need that Napoli type of depth where we can and more, because you saw that this year, even with Napoli's some sort of depth, was not enough to get them into the Champions League. So,
good point there. Adam, would you take Icardi for a good price?
Guys, once they wear my jersey, a lot of the things are forgotten. I keep some little grudges, but Icardi is a goal scorer, but Icardi needs some sort of service. Will Icardi, Wanda, and Zlatan be able to coexist? I don't know. I don't know about that. But would I take him? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. But there has to be a lot of stipulations in that contract. Your social life has to stay out of my locker room. If your social life causes any discomfort, your contract is void. void, absolutely void.
BJ Max saying, what pot will we be in Champions League? Does it help we finish second, or will it be the worst pot since we haven't made in 8 years? I think it's the latter one there.
What are you worried about?
BJ,
Come
don't worry about it.
BJ, come on. Pots you're worrying about. We're in the Champions League, guys. Maybe those people in pot 1 and 2 are scared about Milan in pot 4.
We're there, guys. We're in the Champions League, and away we go. Vincenzo Mancini, finalmente, after watching another world-class performance by Kessie, what does Milan need to do this summer to sign Il Presidente and avoid another Gigio Hakan? Your thoughts on a well-deserved $6 million a year? Yeah, if he's at 3, I think he would go between 4.5 to 5. Would you go all the way to 6? Most probably. Steve? All depending the numbers.
Everybody knows my stance on Zlatan, on Hakan.
I know. I'm talking about Kessie.
Oh, on Kessie. Yes.
He's trying. Yeah, Kessie.
Sorry, I thought it was Hakan. No. Kessie, yes, you have no choice because you set a precedent. The guy's been here through really, really shit times. One of the few bright spots from the Mirabelli and Fasoni era. He's proven it, man. He deserves the raise, and I'm pretty sure looking at his character will probably work harder because of that raise.
When does Mirabelli and Fasoni come out and say that it was all because of them that we got back in the Champions League?
Soon some stupidity will come out.
FIFA Chef, what are your thoughts on the whole Gigio situation? I personally think that we have to let him go for free. Maignan is a top replacement, but finding a realistic solution to make him stay would be ideal. Anyways, Champions League, yes, FIFA Chef, we definitely spoke about that earlier on. What do we have here?
I see a lot of the comments of Kessie Capitano material. Guys, I don't think Kessie's captain.
No, I don't know why. I'm with you. I don't see him as the guy in the dressing room.
Unfortunately, he's like that silent, workman-like, blue-collar guy. Knows his role, does his job. Will get the armband when let's say. I don't know. I just don't see him as captain. He's too involved. He's too much in the trenches. You're gonna give him this other responsibility after he runs thousands and millions of kilometers. I don't think that's a good thing. Sometimes some people, even the armband, they don't want it, man. And I get it because it brings you to another level at the club. Fans are looking to you for responses, and I think he does enough on the field to be. Captain without the armband on the field.
Exactly. But give him renew him, and let's give him what he wants. Thoughts on Pioli? There's no denying he did a great job in reaching our target, but do you think he's the right manager to take us back to the top? Definitely spoke about that. B to C as C to B, so excuse me, as Steve put it. And Richard saying, how many Atalanta guys does it take to strip the ball from Kessie in the corner, asking for a friend, and he put the little picture of Gasparini dancing, and everybody else is just Concord. Choose one: Icardi, Vlahovic, or Belotti. I think we're both on the Belotti on that one, Steve.
For me, guys, it's Belotti.
Yeah, definitely on those ones. I think that's about it. Milan Guru, good day, boys. Give the news around the new goalkeeper. Here's a suggestion of his nickname, Mike from Michigan. Keep up the great work. That's Steve Pepperoni, Steve. Steve Pepperoni. And guys, that's it. Yes, we went a little long, but gentlemen, we're in the Champions League. And we've been consistent all year. Yes, we're happy, but we needed to look at stuff from both sides of the coin. Steve, you're injured. Guys, I need an injury reserve. Call Milan Labs. Tomorrow on the injury reserve, 10 days, Il Polpaccio. Now I'm gonna have to call Milan Labs, Steve. The doctor is gonna look at your Polpaccio. You won't be able to make it. Injury reserve. Domani la resonanza.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna have to go for an X-ray.
An X-ray. So, gentlemen, honestly, thank you so much for being with us through the 38 last weeks of Serie A. We will have a special next week. I'm sure it's going to be Mercato / a year in review. What do we got here? Steve isn't off the hook for Jello.
No,
you know,
I'm gonna do it.
I like it because people remember you, and I forgot to mention it that today I had the perfect setting that I came. Your pool is there. Steve knows. He's bought the which one is Steve? The Jello that has
Yeah, I
but you
need
don't
to
even
buy
mix
the
it.
Jello that you don't have to use water.
That you don't
Because
every
the
guy.
rest is disgusting, guys. It's gonna be all over the backyard. I won't be able to get rid of it.
So to Sonny, if he's still watching live from Australia, start working on those graphics for the players, and we're gonna have a nice discussion. What my thoughts are gonna be on the player, what Steve's thoughts are gonna be on the player. Guys, provide a constant relief. Thank you, Faz, and to everybody that like our friend Adriano with his podcast, and the Richard and Frank with everybody's IFTV with their content. Everybody out there, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot, Steve.
Yeah, Milan Report. There's a lot.
Milan
of
Report, Sempre Milan, guys. It's all the content is out for you guys. Some people like us, some people like something different. Some people. If it wasn't for you guys, yes, we did start. I don't know if you guys seen the playlists. We have the archives back from 2000 and 2011, 2012 when we first started off. But if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Steve, any closing comments?
The champions.
This one here, and please, Milan. None of this. But Steve, did you see it had the little? You could put your cigarettes in here.
Yeah, of course, in
and
a pocket, like in case you needed to put like a credit card inside. It was just one of the dumbest jerseys we've ever had.
And I do have Balotelli in the back.
But that's just it was really for that type of era. Gold. Usually gold is when you win something. Like you have gold numbers. Us, we decided no, we're gonna make a gold third jersey, and we've won absolutely nothing in 10 years. So,
guys, thank you again. It's time to let you guys go. And Steve, you gotta go take care of Il Polpaccio. And as in the words of Ric Flair, as we posted yesterday, I posted yesterday, Steve, whether you like it or you don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. Ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan! The
Ciao,
champions! Boop, 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 boop.